away with a victory. Yeah, you faced them before, but you know they're going to switch things up. You're going to switch things up as well, and hopefully the things you do will be better than the things they do, and you'll be able to come away with a victory.
Absolutely. You can't talk about the Pratt Beavers without talking about Princess Anderson, the #1 leading scorer in the Jayhawk, 23 points a game. Chris, when the Red Ravens faced off against Pratt last week, Princess dropped 19 points, but here's what really stood out to me. 7 of 11 from inside the arc, 0 of 8 from beyond the arc. I talked to Tony Turner about that. We'll hear from him in just a few moments. But you can't stop a player with the talent of Princess Anderson. But if you can keep her from hitting shots from beyond the arc, you can certainly contain her. They did a great job of that last night. They're going to need to do it again. Absolutely.
If you can take one aspect of their game, you can pretty much at least contain them enough to where you can come away, and limit them. If you can limit them, then you can come away with a victory.
Coffeyville and Pratt just a few moments away. We're going to step away for 60 seconds. We'll hear from Tony Turner as we get you ready for tip-off. He talks about this matchup and the tournament coming up. Don't go anywhere. Tony Turner joins us in 60 seconds on US 98 and YouTube.
The home. We have a great selection of furniture, including sofa sets, recliners, and mattresses. Economy to premium, in stock and ready to brighten your home. Shop now at your local Derailed Commodity Flooring and Furniture, Brazelton in Independence, Kansas, and Joplin and Butler, Missouri.
Helping you move forward. That's what Coffeyville Community College does. Whether you want to increase your ability to advance at work, learning to earn a 2-year, or just want to expand your horizons, Coffeyville Community College can help. And CCC is flexible, offering a traditional college setting. Fast 8-week classes or even online classes. CCC can meet your needs your way. Call CCC at 620-251-7700 or visit them online at coffeyville.edu. We are Coffeyville Community College.
One of the more fun times in sports. It is March. It is playoff time, and the Lady Ravens about to get the regional tournament started against the Pratt Beavers. I'm joined by head coach Tony Turner. Coach, thanks for the time as always. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Just got back from that long trip from Northwest Tech.
Oh yeah, I do not envy the travel time that your team had to go through. But really quick, I do want to get your thoughts on that game out in Goodland. Your team was locked into the 5 seed, so that loss does not hurt you in terms of the standings. It does not hurt you at all in terms of the bracket coming up. My question is, are you kind of already moving past that game? Or are you a little worried that your team had won 3 impressive games in a row, Cloud County, Pratt, and Seward, heading into that game? Are you worried that loss is going to kind of halt your momentum, or do you think it's something that your team moved on from pretty quick?
I think we've moved on from it. We did get to play all 15 players quite a bit, throughout the whole game. And, we wanted to kind of use this game. I don't like to lose at all, but, we wanted to use this game as some experience, get some of our kids some reps. You never know when they're going to need them. We were down. We were up most of the game, then they made a little run, and we were down 2 with probably 30 seconds left, and we kept them kids in there that hadn't been in there much just to get that game time, pressure time experience, and got a couple tough calls against us, and at the end, a couple moving screens, and but overall, I think it was a good experience for our team.
Absolutely, and I'm glad you brought that up because I think that is the biggest takeaway you can get from it is heading into this do-or-die playoff mentality where every single game, season's on the line every single night. You're absolutely right. You never know when a player that maybe wasn't needed a few weeks ago is all of a sudden needed in a big way. So I think that the fact that players got reps on Wednesday night was a big deal, and I think it could end up paying off for you down the road, obviously. So
yeah, that's the plan. I mean, it was a long trip, and I had told them before we left, everybody was going to play and probably play quite a bit, and we're going to try to spread the minutes out. Just no offense to Northwest Tech because they have a very talented team, but again, we wanted to use it as an experience deal for us.
Right, and it's an interesting, it's rare going into the last game of the year that you have your spot locked up. So it was kind of an interesting situation, an interesting kind of position you found yourself in, where obviously, like you said, you want to win every single game you play. That's just the competitiveness that comes with it. But one of the few times that you could probably ever say in the course of a college basketball season that there really was no repercussions for losing. Mm-hmm. And so at the end of the day, I think the most beneficial thing you could have gotten out of that game was getting your players some reps, like you said, in those big moments in case they need them here coming up in the regional tournament.
Well, right. Last year we won 5 in a row, and we came into that game 5 in a row at the end of the season, and we kind of came to that playoff game kind of a little big-headed and just didn't value our opponent, and we got beat that first round by a team I felt like we should have beat. This year, hopefully, with the law coming off a loss, our practices should be much better. Just overall as a team, get a little more intensity, have a lot of respect for Pratt, who has a very talented team, and come in there and one of the players yesterday after our practice said, "Hey, do or die, survive and advance." So. I think that's the mentality that we have right now.
Absolutely, survive and advance. You mentioned the long trip to Goodland last game of the year. Jay Herkelman told me, obviously, you wish that happened at some earlier point in the year and that it didn't happen right before the playoffs. But I'm curious your thoughts on this. You did draw the Pratt Beavers in the first round, like we said, and you played Pratt 9 days ago right here at Nellis Hall. Do you feel like it's almost a little bit of an advantage for your team that you got Pratt, and with the little bit less time that you had to prepare because of the trip to Goodland, is it a little bit easier for your group that you got Pratt versus a team like Garden that you hadn't seen in 6 weeks or so?
Yeah, it's actually a good point because we did, like I said, with the travel coming back from Northwest Tech, we used Thursday as a travel day, and we got in, did a little workout, and we got back. But no, it wasn't as stressing because we had a chance to play Pratt recently. We kind of know what they can do and what some of their ins and outs that, we scouted them before we played them. So it was a more recent scout for our team, our coaching staff, our players, everybody. So I think it was a good draw for us. And, like I said, they have a very talented team. I ain't taking anything away from them. They beat us at their place, and this is kind of the rubber match. So, hey, everybody knows it's survive and advance, and I'm sure, they'll come in ready to go, and it kind of works out for them. They were on the road, too, on Wednesday, and so they got to, go home and kind of prepare, but they were they played us recently, so for them, it was kind of an advantage, too.
Absolutely, and you mentioned this Pratt team has a lot of talent, especially at the guard position with three just sensational players, of course, Princess Anderson, Isis Sanders, and Macy Hanslick. Now, Coach, something I'm looking at here with the box score, very back and forth first half between you and Pratt. You got off to a great start, I believe led by 7 or 8 in that first quarter. They battled back, tied it up. They even had a 1-point lead at the half. In the second half, though, you outscored them 37-25. Princess Anderson had 19 points, but she did not hit a 3. Pratt actually only hit 3 3-pointers in that game. What did your defense learn about the Pratt guards over the course of that game, and how did you slow them down in the second half?
Well, he had the approach where he was going to slow it down, and we got to impress him a little bit to try to speed him up a little bit so we can get a better rhythm. He had a great game plan early, and which limited them 3-point shooting. Normally they set way more off-ball screens, on-ball screens, and they were working the thing down to probably 10, 12 seconds on the shot clock before they made a play. So that's probably that's why they didn't make as many threes because they slowed the game way down. So it'll be interesting what the approach they have coming into this game. The first time we played them, they played as a zone. And, we kind of struggled with it a little bit. It'll be interesting. I'm kind of predicting or kind of guessing that he's going to play a zone. So we're going to prepare for it.
Absolutely. Coach, something else I've noticed about this one, your team out-rebounded Pratt 49-36 in this game. Cheyenne Banks and Jordan Connor both had double-digit rebounds, as they tend to over the course of the season, of course. They do that quite a bit. But something that this Pratt roster has, they do not have a lot of experience at that forward position. They're starting forward, a true freshman, a talented true freshman, but a true freshman, and then their backup at the forward spot. It's a volleyball player that's only played about 9 or 10 games with the program. Do you see that interior being an advantage for your team?
Oh, yeah, no question. That's why we're thinking they may play a zone just because I think they know we're going to go inside and attack them inside. And So that's because of our experience and our size, and they have pretty decent size, but like I said, one of the girls played volleyball, so she was involved in that most of the year, and basketball is a little different sport with the timing of everything. So, but other than that, the last game they did do a pretty good job of kind of trying to contain Cheyenne and Jordan. But you mentioned about them rebounding. We do got to get a couple more girls in there wanting to get some of them rebounds. Just for us to make a run, we got to rebound better.
Absolutely. Coach, we talked about this briefly after the Pratt game last week, but I think this was one of the better performances of the year for Tatana Woods Black Owls. 16 points, knocked down 6 of 9 shots, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. She was aggressive. She was attacking. When your team was down 8-9 points in that second quarter, I believe she had 2 or 3 of those. Just ISO ball, take it to the rim, finish with either the left hand or the right hand. It was one of the more aggressive games I've seen her offensively this year. How do you make sure that Tatana shows up again in the postseason?
Well, we'll pray about it that she can show up, and we'll talk to her. And, she's a very smart point guard that she knows when to go, when to roll, and she's starting to get some confidence and knowing when to take it in there and make a play at the rim. We also have been expressing that as a team. But, no, she's been not very good on big-time games just throughout high school, throughout her summer ball. So hopefully it's just like a walk in the park for her, and she'll just go out there and make some plays for us.
Absolutely. Coach, since we're talking about point guards, let's briefly touch on the point guard for Pratt, Macy Hanslick, true freshman. Ended up with 9 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists in the game against your team last week. She's really kind of a stat sheet stuffer, Coach. On the year, she's averaging 12 points, 8 rebounds, about 6 assists as well, with a couple steals. Very impressive as a true freshman, but it's one of those players that kind of makes an impact in every single aspect of the game. Obviously, everyone knows about Princess Anderson being the #1 scorer in the Jayhawk, but what are your plans for Macy Hanslick?
Just try to keep her in front of us, and, so she can get to the basket. She's a longer guard. Plays hard, very talented. We want to keep her in front of us, and we're not going to keep her from scoring. Same thing with Princeton. I don't keep them from scoring, but we want to make them tough for them all when they make a play. No wide open shots. Shoot contested shots with a hand in their face. And one thing about our crew, is they want to jump after everything. And I'm like, just stay down and contest it. And if they make a couple shots, we'll be okay. But when we're jumping after things and we let them get to that paint, that's when bad things happen. So, but that's the one thing we want to do with her is keep her out of the paint.
Coach, appreciate your time. As always, we're excited for this regional tournament playoff game here at Nellis Hall. And last thing I have for you, both of these teams, the last time you met last week, struggled at the free throw line. About pretty even, but both were not great numbers. Pratt shooting about 56%, your team shooting about 55%. Now that we're in the postseason, you're a smart guy, you're an experienced coach. A lot of these games are going to be close. A lot of these games are going to be decided by who shoots more free throws and who shoots at a higher free throw percentage. Is that something your team's been working on this week?
Well, we've been on the road. We've been on the road. But, no, I used to get really bent out of shape, but this year I've kind of took more of a relaxed approach. And they get up there, and when they miss them, it ain't because they're not trying or not focusing. It's just part of basketball. And, hopefully the stars are lined up for us, and it's time to sit there and make them. And we'll talk about confidence and just say you can and have all the little say-ons of as a little engine that could, say you can, know you can, separate with positive thoughts. And, if they'll do that, then, if they miss it, don't worry about it. Go make the next one or go make up for it. So hopefully, we'll step up, and we definitely got to shoot better than 55%, and we can just go up there and put it in. So at the end of the day, we'll work on it.
Absolutely.
That's up there and put it in.
Coach, you said the motto of your team's really emphasizing survive in advance, do or die. This might come. This might be a pretty question, but your team 5 seed, you get to play a home game here in this first round at Nellis Hall. I know it's a big deal to get a home game in the postseason, but how big of a big deal is it that you get your home fans here at Nellis Hall and your players get to play in front of their friends and family?
Oh, no question. We definitely need to get as many fans as we can. We'll need the fan base has been great for us this year, and hopefully nothing stopped. And the guys don't play until Tuesday, but for all you folks, come on out and root us out or root us on, and because we need you. It's a big game for us.
Absolutely. First round regional playoffs. Coffeyville Community College hosts the Pratt Beavers. on US 98. Tony Turner, good enough to join us. Coach, as always, appreciate the time. We'll talk to you after the game, and here's hoping we're talking about you moving on to the quarterfinals.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Good afternoon and welcome to Nellis Hall. I'm Shane Hale. It's US 98 and YouTube for this regional playoff first round matchup between the Pratt Beavers and the Coffeyville Community College Red Ravens. I'm joined by Chris Boyne after the starting lineups as the teams head out to the court. The Beavers come into today 11 and 18. Starting at guard, a 5'10 freshman, number 10, Macy Hanslick. Starting at guard, a 5'9 freshman, number 12, Dejani Jackson. Starting at guard, a 5'7 freshman, number 15, Emily Acton. Starting at guard, a 5'9 freshman, number 23, Isis Sanders. And starting at center, a 6'1 forward, number 22, Lauren Gallagher. For the Red Ravens, they're 18 and 12 heading into today, and they'll be led by number 2, Tatana Woods-Blackout, number 3, Kylie Ortiz, number 12, Kennedy Roach, number 23, Jordan Connor, and number 42, Cheyenne Banks. Here we go. The Ravens win the tip. Connor hands off to Roach. Kylie Ortiz gets the ball. Tony Turner, this is the winner takes all of this best of 3 series this year between Pratt and Coffeyville. Each team won on their home floor. Woods-Blackout shot is off. Rebound Hanslick. Macy Hanslick, an impressive player, averaging 12 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists a night. She can impact this Pratt team in a variety of ways. Hanslick guarded by Woods-Blackout of the corner. This is Acton, 10 to shoot. Isis Sanders. Sanders off a screen, hands it off. Jackson. Acton, 3 to shoot. Got to get a shot up. Acton, nothing is there, and that's a shot clock violation. What a start for the Raven defense.
Red Raven ball.
I'm kind of surprised that it happened that way, that Pratt came out and didn't get a shot off in that first set of time. Good start for CCC.
Absolutely. Woods-Blackout will bring it up. Ravens get their second possession of the afternoon. We're tied just about a minute in. Of course, winner of this one travels to Hutch to play the Blue Dragons. Connor goes up, no good. Banks on the glass, and Cheyenne Banks gets the party started with a putback score. 2-0 Red Ravens. Red Ravens led by 4th-year head coach Tony Turner. Pratt Beavers led by 1st-year head coach Eric Rodewald. 3 for Hanslick, and it's good. Big shot for Macy Hanslick, the freshman out of Hoisington, Kansas. 3-2 Beavers, early in this one. Kennedy Roach trying to answer. That shot a little long. Rebound, Jordan Connor. Connor works it around. Connor looking for a pass. Kennedy Roach, 10 to shoot. Roach the drive inside. Nice spin move. And that one left short. Here comes Pratt the other way. We're 2 minutes in. It's 3-2. Beavers leading this one. And now Pratt looking to set up their play. Hanslick hands it off to Acton. Now Isis Sanders. Back to Gallagher this time. 10 to shoot for the Beavers. They lead it by 1. Hanslick again. Not that time. Rebound Banks, but very clearly Macy Hanslick confident with her shot early in this one. Kylie Ortiz to Kennedy Roach. Now Tatana Woods-Blackout. Jordan Connor. Tatana, nice fake and a travel. Turnover there for the Ravens, and we'll see Reagan Osterhaus come in
Checking in
for
for
Pratt.
Number 21, Reagan Osterhaus.
Checking in for Lauren Gallagher. Now, Chris, something to keep an eye on early in this one. Ravens already with a pair of offensive rebounds. They did out-rebound Pratt last week, 49-36. A lot of second-chance points led to them wearing out this Pratt team over the course of a game, and they've already got a couple second-chance shots here early in this one.
Absolutely. They just needed to fall on those second-chance shots.
Isis Sanders with it, hands it off to Hanslick. And now Isis Sanders, tough shot. And doesn't get the roll. Rebound, Jordan Connor palms it with the right hand. Connor coming the other way, coast to coast. What a Euro step in Jordan Connor.
Jordan Connor.
Sophomore out of Tulsa, so good in transition and shows it off there.
Nice shot with the left hand.
4-3 Red Ravens. We're 3 minutes into this one. Crossover, Hanslick left it short. And out of bounds? No, it stayed in bounds, and Isis Sanders will clean it up. A little bit of a weird carom there by that ball. Hanslick now has it, and now Pratt gets a second chance opportunity. When will we see Princess Anderson come off the bench? This is Osterhaus firing it from the free throw line and banking it in.
Basket good by
Chris Osterhaus, a very unique player, a volleyball player with the Pratt Beavers, just her 7th game on the basketball team. Banks up in the reverse, no good. Connor fighting for it, and I believe they're going to call an over-the-back foul there.
Banks might have been just a little bit too underneath the basket to make something happen, but still had a great chance to get it to go and couldn't quite get it there.
No foul on that play, just a jump ball, and Pratt does have the possession arrow. Inbounds tipped by Roach, taken by Connor. Ravens get a turnover, and it'll be a kicked ball violation as the pass was thrown off of the foot of Hanslick. Great anticipation. Tony Turner, really not a coach that presses a ton, but early on in this one, a little bit of a trap defense, and Kennedy Roach does a great job getting a hand on it. Tatana Woods Blackout looking for a pass, gets it to Connor. Connor goes up and is fouled by Osterhaus. Osterhaus, 6'2", freshman, and like I said, it's been her fall on the volleyball team, and here about a month ago was asked to try her hand at basketball. She's done a nice job.
Princess Anderson checking
here
in
is
for
the
Pratt.
#1 scorer in the Jayhawk coming off the bench, Princess Anderson, the freshman out of Beaumont, Texas, averaging 23 points per game. Jordan Connor at the free throw line for the Ravens. First one is up and short. Connor, go ahead.
That was good to have the hometown crowd on your side when everybody gets quiet so you can concentrate on the free throw.
Absolutely. Playoff game already enough enough adrenaline as it is. Good to play in front of your fans, but Connor misses a pair there. Tony Turner said in the pregame show he really doesn't worry too much about free throws because he thinks his players have the discipline to self-correct it. 4 minutes into this one, it's 5-4 Pratt. We've had a good one early. Round 1 region tournament. Winner goes to Hutch. Osterhaus to Hanslick. 5 to shoot. Tatana Woods Blackout, and that's an offensive foul as Hanslick extends the arm. They'll call you for that all day.
Offensive foul called on Pratt.
That's an
number 10,
offensive
Macy
foul
Hanslick.
against the Beavers.
Her first personal foul. Second team foul.
So now Tatana Woods Blackout brings it up after drawing the offensive foul on Hanslick. Hands it off to Kennedy Roach. Really have not seen Kylie Ortiz too much on the offensive end. Woods Blackout for 3. That one's off. Battle for the rebound, and Hanslick clears it up. So Ravens a little bit slow out of the gate offensively, but their defense doing a great job of keeping them in this as they start to get their groove on the offensive end. Anderson guarded by Connor. Anderson, step back, 3, short. Ullman clears it up, gets her own rebound, missed again, rebound Roach. Princess Anderson so quick on the offensive end and nearly got a second chance score there. Woods Blackout for 3, winds up again, this time it's off. Roach with the rebound, hands off Ortiz, right back to Roach. Great look for 3, and it's off again. The Ravens just can't get the threes to fall. Connor to Banks, another try, and Banks puts it home.
Banks.
And Chris, it's what we said a few minutes ago. The offensive rebounds, they out-rebounded Pratt last time. They're out-rebounding Pratt early this time, and those second-chance points killers for Pratt's defense.
Absolutely, I believe that's actually Connor's 3rd offensive board of the game so far.
6'5", Connor averaging nearly a double-double this season. This is Acton. Down low, and Banks got a hand on it. Pass intended for Osterhaus. Here come the Ravens. Love to play fast. Kylie Ortiz, transition 3, and just rimmed out. Connor got a hand on it. Here we go again. Offensive rebound for the Ravens. Coaching staff imploring their team to drive and attack. Woods Blackout does just that, but is blocked by Hanslick. Up ahead, this is Isis Sanders stopping on a dime, missing the shot. Both teams not quite at their A level offensively quite yet. Ortiz, transition 3. That one will go. Kylie Ortiz.
Good for a Red Raven. 3.
And it's only a matter of time before Kylie Ortiz gets going. There's her first 3 points of the night.
You could tell it was going in just by the way it left her hand.
Absolutely. And Tony Turner has the utmost confidence in the freshman Kylie Ortiz. Draws up a lot of their offense through number 3. This is Hanslick, 10 to shoot. 9-5. Red Ravens lead early in this one. Sanders. Hanslick, Acton will have to let it go, and that's another shot clock violation. Already the second of the first quarter for the Beavers. Media timeout. We'll step away in just a second. But Chris, that defensive possession. No Anderson, no Sanders. They were both blanketed. Great defense so far from the Red Ravens.
Absolutely. And second call violation of this first half. And fifth turnover by Pratt already.
9-5 Red Ravens. Let's step away for 60 seconds. We'll be right back on KUSN and YouTube.
That's why we want you to know that new Kubota inventory is arriving daily. You have work to do. We have the reliable, durable, and versatile lineup to help you do it. Visit Roman's Outdoor Power today for all your equipment needs. Come see Mike and Kevin in Bartlesville or Jeff and Chance in Independence.
Buying a home, refinancing, apply for a home loan anytime, anywhere with Community State Bank. Our online mortgage tool is easy to use. You can be pre-approved in minutes, and our lenders are always ready to answer any questions. Visit www.ourlocalbank.com on your computer or mobile device and get started today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
3:20 opening quarter. Red Ravens lead at 9-5 over the Pratt Beavers. I'm Shane Neal. Chris Freund alongside with me. Chris, this Red Raven offense, they love to go fast. They love to score points. But so far, it's been the Red Raven defense that's worth talking about.
I'm absolutely loving the play of Jordan Connor throughout this game. What a great defender, and just
And Davis's three rims out. Some subs for the Ravens. Torrey Graham, Bailey Lehman, Mackenzie Davis, the three new adds for Tony Turner. Lehman, of course, their leading scorer off the bench, so we'll look to see her get going offensively. Drive and block from behind by Banks. And it has not been a fun first quarter for Isis Sanders or Princess Anderson. 3 points from Hanslick, 2 points from Osterhaus, but the two leading scorers for the Pratt Beavers have yet to score. We're 7 minutes in.
That's an amazing stat right there. Yeah, between Jordan Connor and Cheyenne Banks, the defense has been absolutely incredible for CCC so far.
Jackson hands it off to Hanslick. Hanslick's really been their only offensive player that's done much in this first quarter. Here's Sanders handing it off to Anderson. Anderson coming off a screen, throws it up, and left it a little bit short, and the ball bounces off the rim, and Hanslick. And that's going to be a foul.
Foul is called on
against
number one,
Torrey Graham. Hanslick went up, and the ball hit the rim one more time, and I think Macy Hanslick was expecting. So she hit the deck, and Torrey Graham just got caught in a bad spot at a bad time.
Yeah.
So that's a foul, first of the day against the Ravens. 2:39 to go first quarter. Pratt has a fresh shot clock. Osterhaus throws it up, banks it in. That's the second time in this first quarter Reagan Osterhaus has done that. And Pratt really has not had the quarter they've wanted offensively, but they're only down 2, so give credit to the Pratt defense as well. Princess Anderson, Cheyenne Banks hands it off to Davis. Davis out to Lehman. Lehman winds up for 3, and it's off the right rim. No good. Rebound Hanslick. Hanslick's been all over the place in this first quarter. Anderson attacking, going right at Lehman. This game is tied. Princess Anderson.
What a shot. What a move.
You average 23 a game. You got to do it in a variety of ways. She is impressive around the rim. Torrey Graham down low trying to get it to Banks. Banks going right at the freshman Osterhaus. And the reverse, but left it short. Another rebound for Hanslick and draws the foul. This one will be on Mackenzie Davis. And now all of a sudden, momentum starting to shift the way of the Pratt Beavers.
Second team foul.
Chris, we talked about it. I mean, this Red Raven team, I'm sure Tony Turner would tell you, they're an offense team. They score a lot of points. They play really fast. But as it seems to be in every sport, football, basketball, baseball, defense steps up in the playoffs. You always have the low-scoring games, the pitchers' duels, the defense, the big stops, and this one early through 9 minutes, almost 9 minutes, feels like a defensive battle.
Oh, absolutely it is. And the defense is definitely showing up for CCC.
9-9 our score. Emily Acton hands it off to Isis Sanders. Sanders winds up for 3, left it short. Rebound Torrey Graham. Here come the Ravens. They love to play fast. Here they go, coast to coast. Ortiz steps into a 3. Kylie Ortiz. You cannot give her an inch of separation. And she's got 6 points in this first quarter.
It seems like she had way more room than what she needed really to make that shot. It was easy going in.
Hanslick has the ball. Pratt's down 12-9. A minute to go, first quarter. This is Emily Acton. Nearly had it poked by Kylie. Acton works her way right, and that will be a foul. It looks like they're going to call that on Kylie Ortiz.
Foul is called on Coffeyville's number 3, Kylie Ortiz.
That's 50-50
Into the
call.
game
At some point you got to let them play
Connor.
defense, but
Right.
It's technically not incorrect. There was a hand on. Princess Anderson will inbound it here, looking to get the ball in. Ravens trying to play denial. Sanders comes off a screen, but missed the shot. Osterhaus tries to keep it alive. Lehman tipped it. Anderson lost it out of bounds. Could not control it. Raven basketball. And Lehman getting a fingertip on it, Chris, was just enough for it to slip through the fingers of Princess Anderson.
6 turnovers now for Pratt.
Mackenzie Davis taking steps inside, goes to a floater, a little too strong there. Ball will end up with who else? Macy Hanslick. What a first quarter for Hanslick, really keeping Pratt in this game.
Yeah, you've been mentioning your name quite a bit, that's for sure.
That one deflected. Davis got a hand on it, hits the deck hard. But Pratt comes away with it. Good to see Davis getting up. Looks like she's okay. Anderson step back 3, no good. And Tori Graham pulls down the rebound. Shot clock is off. How fast do the Ravens want to go? Lehman, Ortiz, Davis. 12 seconds. Graham will wind up for 3. That is off. And Lehman and Connor collide. Lehman hits the deck hard, as does Princess Anderson. This is Acton for the tie. As the quarter comes to an end, Lehman and Connor collided. The ball slipped away, and Acton able to take advantage and tie the game after 1 quarter of play. 12-12. We've got a good one. Let's step away for 60 seconds. We'll be right back.
Rely on a nursing facility for the care of a loved one, wouldn't it be comforting to know that the owner is providing the care? I'm Stephanie Bean, and at Medical Lodges Coffeyville, we are. Skilled nursing services, rehabilitation, adult daycare, and much more are available. Visit us at medicallodges.com or at 720 West 1st, Coffeyville. Medical Lodges Coffeyville, we serve and enhance the lives of others with caring hands.
At CRMC Medical Group, our primary care physicians and providers focus on ways to keep you and your family in good health, as well as care for them when they're not. Our family medicine and women's health physicians are accepting new patients. We have convenient office locations in Coffeyville and Independence with extended and Saturday hours in Coffeyville. If you need a physician or need to make an appointment, please call 620-688-6566. That's 620-688-6566.
12-12 our score after 1 here on US 98 and YouTube. Happy you're with us. Round 1. Region tournament winner takes on the Hutch Blue Dragons on Tuesday. Coffeyville and Pratt here in action today. I'm Shane Neal alongside with me Chris Freund. And Chris, in that first quarter, Ravens only shoot 24%, but defense was spectacular, holding Princess Anderson and Isis Sanders to a combined 0 points on 1 of 10 shooting, or 2 points, on 1 of 10 shooting.
That's not something I was expecting coming out of that first quarter. Wow.
Macy Hanslick with the ball as Pratt looks to take the lead. Isis Sanders 0 for 5 in that first quarter, looking to get going. Here's Princess Anderson. Anderson, the number 1 scorer in the Jayhawk, had just 2 points in that opening quarter. Here she is off a screen, and that shot's good.
Wow. Basket good by Princess Anderson.
Princess Anderson's got 4 points, and last player you want to see have a shot go through because she only needs 1 to go through to get that kind of confidence. Kennedy Roach. Roach's shot has kind of fallen off a little bit the second half of the year. Ortiz for 3, no good. And that'll be a foul. Roach and Banks were the 2 players in there. Will that foul be on Roach?
Foul is called on Coffeyville.
Yes,
12, Kennedy Roach.
First we'll see the return of Osterhaus, and that's a player Pratt should be impressed with so far today, Chris. Only 7 games on the basketball floor, but 4 points, and did a nice job on the defensive end as well against Banks and Connor in that first quarter.
Absolutely. I wish I could play that way after 7 games. Goodness gracious.
And what's the call there? Are we going to have officials talking it over? Oh, they didn't reset the shot clock. Right now it's Osterhaus, Acton, Sanders, Hanslick, Anderson out there for Pratt as Anderson gets the inbounds. Roach, Woods, Blackout, Connor, Banks, Ortiz, the 5 out there for the Ravens. Anderson steps into a 3. Good look, and it's good.
Basket good by Anderson.
And just like that, you blink. 2 points in the first quarter, 5 points in the first minute of the second for Princess Anderson. Ravens down 17-12. Ortiz down low to Banks. Banks tries to get some space. It wasn't there. Hands off to Roach. Roach's shot rims out. And Connor able to keep it alive. Jordan Connor attacking and good.
Basket's good by Jordan Connor.
Jordan Connor just so good at that. That pass off of Sanders, intercepted by Roach. Ravens with their second steal on the inbounds pass of the game. Titana Woods blackout step back jump shot. That's good.
Titana
and just
Woods
like that,
blackout.
the Ravens back within a point. And Tony Turner, like I said in the first quarter, does not play a ton of press, but the press is working so far today.
That press is definitely working with Jordan Connor as well, with 4 rebounds so far.
Osterhaus to Anderson. Anderson scored the last 5 for the Beavers. Gets a screen. Princess Anderson, step back 3. Off. Rebound Ortiz. Ravens can retake the lead on this possession here. The pass to Woods Blackout. Princess Anderson went for the steal. Now Banks down low going at Osterhaus and gives the Ravens the lead. 6 straight for Coffeyville. After Pratt scored 5 in a minute, the Ravens score 6 in a minute. Anything you can do, Coffeyville can do better. 18-17. We've had a great one so far in this round 1 of the regional tournament. The stakes are high, and you can feel it on the court. Hanslick. Step back. This is a 3. Macy Hanslick with a hand in the face. That's her second 3 of the half. Ravens down by 2. Connor for the tie. You bet.
Nice move. Nice move by Jordan Connor.
20-20 our score. Feels like we're going to have a back-and-forth battle all afternoon long. Anderson. Hanslick, the drive. Hanslick hands it off to Acton. Great defense by Ortiz. This is a 3 for Hanslick, who is lights out in this first half. That's her third 3.
It's like somebody turned on a switch.
Connor. Pass to Woods Blackout. Ortiz, how about a tie here? Not that time. Rebound Osterhaus. Felt like that one had to go. They're going back and forth. Hanslick, full steam ahead. Anderson, good. Pratt has caught fire behind the arc, and Tony Turner wants to talk it over. Ravens down 26-20, already 14 points in this second quarter for the Beavers. We're back in 60 seconds on US 98 and YouTube.
And rye, 750 size, only $26.99. Or proper 12 Irish whiskey and apple Irish whiskey, only $25.99. Gillam's has great wine selections too, like Barefoot and Pink Moscato, 1.5 liters, only $13.99. The 750 size of Ballantori Grand Spumante, just $8.99. And all flavors of Stella Rose 750s, only $12.98. ELP, everyday low prices. The largest selection, coldest cooler, and helpful folks are at Gillam Liquor at 1713 West 8th Street in Coffeyville.
Make your home more comforting with help from Derailed Commodity. Update your flooring with the area's largest selection of in-stock carpet, luxury vinyl plank, tile, area rugs, and more in many styles, brands, and colors. New furniture always brightens a home. We have a great selection of furniture, including sofa sets, recliners, and mattresses. Economy to premium, in stock and ready to brighten your home. Shop now at your local Derailed Commodity Flooring and Furniture, Brazelton in Independence, Kansas, and Joplin and Butler, Missouri.
We see the Red Raven cheer squad lifting up on one of their own during the break. And Chris, I don't trust anyone on planet Earth to lift me up like that.
You could have the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. You could have the Big Show. You could put anybody you want. I ain't going on the shoulder.
Nope.
I ain't doing it.
Nope. Can't do it.
No chance.
Inbounds goes to the Red Ravens. They're down 6 as Pratt's caught fire in the second quarter. Princess Anderson, Macy Hanslick have lit it up from beyond the arc. This is Bailey Lehman. Pull-up jump shot. Good. Bailey Lehman. Bailey took a hard fall in that first quarter. Good to see she's okay. And back out there for the Ravens because she is quite an impact player. Also did a great job defending Anderson the last time these two teams met. Hanslick feeling it right now in this first half. Crossover, hands it off to Isis Sanders. Sanders looking for her first points of the day. Hanslick, 5 to shoot. The pass, trying to get it to Acton, and that's a turnover. Great defense by the Ravens there, denying it from Emily Acton.
it looks like Pratt is doing well when they come down and really shoot within, 15 seconds of that shot clock going off. Anytime they let it go deeper,
and that's a very
trouble.
And that's a very good observation, because Tony Turner said that, this team, when they play the Red Ravens, they like to drain the shot clock and try to slow the game down, because Coffeyville likes to play so fast. Feels like when they slow the game down, they're struggling more on the offensive end. Roach, Lehman fakes the three. Lehman gets a screen. Bailey driving, handing off. 15 to shoot for the Ravens. Tatana Woods Blackout, step back jump shot. Good. Tatana had 16 the last time these two met. She's got a pair of jump shots in this first few minutes of the second quarter.
Did a good job to drive to the lane to get that jump shot off.
26-24, Pratt by 2. Winner plays Hutch on Tuesday to take a trip to Wichita. Behind the back, Isis Sanders going right at Woods Blackout. Gets to the baseline. Kick. Jackson for 3. And that rims out. Rebound Banks. Ravens with a chance to tie or take the lead. This has been a back and forth affair all first half. Kennedy Roach for the lead. Kennedy Roach. They're going to say she had a foot on the line. So we will be tied at 26. It is not a 3, but it is still an impressive shot for Kennedy Roach. Roach on Hanslick, Lehman on Anderson right now for Tony Turner. Excuse me, Anderson out of the game right now for Pratt. It's Osterhaus. Jackson, that pass high, but Jackson does a heck of a job keeping it in. Isis Sanders, the drive, and offensive foul. Charge taken by Woods Blackout. It has not been a fun first half for Isis Sanders.
Third turnover of the second quarter, 8th of the game.
And this is impressive, Chris, because when these two teams played last week, Isis Sanders had 17 points. She's scoreless through almost 16 minutes today. Princess Anderson checks in for the Beavers.
Short rest for her.
Well, it's going to be a lot of short rests in a winner-take-all playoff game. No doubt. You need a player of her caliber out there. Ravens tied at 26, looking to take the lead here. Lehman, Roach. Roach gets a screen from Banks. Roach hands off to Lehman. Lehman down low to Banks. Banks gets positioning. Banks goes up. No. Connor with another rebound. Woods Blackout fires a 3. It's good. Tatana Woods Blackout. And once again, the Ravens score behind the effort and energy of Jordan Connor.
5th off there, 5th board for her so far in this first half.
Almost all of them have been on the offensive end.
Yeah.
Anderson, that's good. 29-28, back and forth they go. Woods Blackout, Connor, Lehman fires a 3. Not that time. Connor again, right place, right time. Second chance opportunity for the Ravens. They lead it by 1, 3:20 to go first half. Connor hands it off to Lehman. Lehman driving on Acton, hands off Woods Blackout. How about same spot? Not that time. Banks on the glass. Ravens crash in the offensive glass, and Roach puts it in. Not just a great rebound there by Banks, Chris. Great court vision. Could have gone up with a shot, but found a much better shot in Kennedy Roach.
Absolutely, and Roach made that shot count after the good pass.
31-28 Red Ravens. Hanslick guarded by Kennedy Roach. Big screen from Osterhaus. Hanslick, jump shot, strong, rebound, Roach. Ravens need more stops like that. Woods Blackout, cross-court pass. Great look for Lehman. It's cash! Bailey Lehman. And after Pratt caught fire the first 4 minutes, are the Red Ravens beginning to take flight here? Anderson short. Woods Blackout, they love to push. Here we go again. Lehman fakes it this time. Connor, Roach, another one. Not that time. Banks on the glass. Cheyenne Banks.
6 boards. And a nice putback there.
The difference last week was the rebound game, and the difference in this first half, the rebound game. Sanders, that's a big shot for Pratt. And it's the first points of the game for Isis Sanders. Woods Blackout behind the back move there. Connor, Euro step. A lot of contact, no foul. Kind of surprising there. Anderson coast to coast lays it in. 36-32. And a timeout taken. Let's stay here. Catch our breath a little bit. 36-32. Chris, it started off as a defensive battle. This second quarter, 24 points for the Ravens, 20 points for the Beavers. And that's just, it feels like playoff basketball. It feels different than when these two teams played a week ago.
There's an intensity on this court that I haven't, this is my first CCC game, but even just talking to you, there's an intensity in the court that you just know it's going to come down to the wire. And right now, it's really back and forth with runs for both teams. One team will get hot, and then the next thing you know, the other team's getting hot, and good grief.
And how about that? Tony Turner had Sierra McBride, his assistant, lead that timeout there. And he spent almost the entirety of the timeout talking to the ref.
Absolutely, because there was a lot of contact on their last offensive possession. And so he's asking the refs why.
And it was a 4-point swing because Princess Anderson went down and scored on the other end. So obviously, you just want him to call it fair for both sides. And the Red Raven coaching staff seemed to think that was very similar to the foul they called against Kylie Ortiz earlier in this quarter. Absolutely.
There's been a little bit of a difference as far as hand check fouls go against CCC as against Pratt. So I'm sure there's a little bit of, hey, call the same for us as you are for them.
Coming up at the half, we'll have Stephen Kyler giving you first half stats. We'll also have some scores from around the Jayhawk Conference as the regional tournament gets underway. Of course, the men's team had a first-round bye. They're the 2 seed, and they'll take on the winner of tonight's Seward County Pratt game on Tuesday night right here at Nellis Hall. Chris, hope you'll join me for that one as well.
I wouldn't mind it a bit.
Kylie Ortiz, the drive, stops on a dime. Handoff Kanaya Starks, great look. And Kanaya Starks from downtown. Ravens have lit it up from beyond the arc the last 3 or 4 minutes. Minute 15 to go first half. Does a 7-point lead feel like a 2-point lead or what? Macy Hanslick has it. Going at Kylie Ortiz, lost it. Sanders comes away with it, finds Gallagher, who shot rims out. Ravens with a chance to build on this 7-point lead. Kennedy Roach, Ortiz fakes the shot. Lehman, great look, great result. Bailey Lehman again. Ravens by double digits, their largest lead of the half. And a steal here for Lehman. Ravens trying to take momentum to the break, and one for Bailey Lehman. Looking like Tracy McGrady, 5 points in about 12 seconds for Lehman.
I'm guessing that was a frustration foul from Princess Anderson. She had her shot blocked and then went down and committed the foul.
And really, like you said, did not have a chance to stop that layup and really could just give the Ravens a free point here.
Absolutely. I mean, we're talking 9 turnovers in the first half for Pratt.
And that, Chris, when you look at the box score that when these two teams played last week, 3 things the Ravens did better than the Pratt Beavers that really won them this game. As Lehman winds up her free throw here, it's up and good. 45-32, but Ravens out-rebounded Pratt. They had fewer turnovers, and they dished out more assists. Just the holy trinity of winning basketball, Chris.
No doubt.
And they're winning the glass, and they're forcing more turnovers again today. And it helps when Kylie Ortiz and Bailey Lehman are making it rain from beyond the arc.
No doubt.
Isis Sanders hands it off to Emily Acton. Very tough shot and a very impressive shot from Acton. Ravens trying to push. Lehman, the fake. Lehman puts it up, puts it in. When you're hot, you're hot. Bailey Lehman just threw it up with the left from the elbow and drilled it. Trying to get defense for one final shot. Anderson missed it. And what a final 5 minutes for the Coffeyville Community College Red Ravens. Our score at the break, Red Ravens 47 and Pratt 34. Chris, they're halfway to the quarterfinals. This Pratt team way too talented, though, for this one to be over. They're still going to need to play a complete 20 minutes.
Oh, absolutely. And you know they're going to make adjustments at halftime and come out and lower that deficit from 47-34. But goodness gracious, let me just say this CCC team is everything you said they would be and more. What a first half by the Red Ravens.
Coffeyville halfway to punching their ticket to Hutch for the quarterfinals. But still plenty of basketball to go. We've had a fun one. Let's catch our breath. You can hear I'm almost panting here recapping this first half. Our score 47-34 at the break. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Stephen Kyler will give you some first half scores, or first half stats, I should say. And then Chris and I will be back in about 10 minutes to go over some scores from around the conference. Don't go anywhere. We're back in 5 on US 98 and YouTube.
Owens.
At CRMC Medical Group, our primary care physicians and providers focus on ways to keep you and your family in good health, as well as care for them when they're not. Our family medicine and women's health physicians are accepting new patients. We have convenient office locations in Coffeyville and Independence with extended and Saturday hours in Coffeyville. If you need a physician or need to make an appointment, please call 620-688-6566. That's 620-688-6566.
Get more, pay less at Gillum Liquor in Coffeyville, where you'll find ELP, everyday low prices. Now shop Gillum for Tito's Vodka, just $20.99. Gold or Silver Bacardi Rum, $20.99. And Captain Morgan Spice Rum, just $26.99. Why not try Kahlua, save $8, only $39.99. Sky Vodka, $24.99. And the 750 size of Blade & Bow Whiskey, only $45.99. ELP, everyday low prices. The area's largest selection, coldest cooler, and friendly, helpful service. You'll find it Gillum's Retail Liquor, 1713 West 8th in Coffeyville.
Make your home more comforting with help from Derailed Commodity. Update your flooring with the area's largest selection of in-stock carpet, luxury vinyl plank, tile, area rugs, and more in many styles, brands, and colors. New furniture always brightens a home. We have a great selection of furniture, including sofa sets, recliners, and mattresses. Economy to premium, in stock and ready to brighten your home. Shop now at your local Derailed Commodity Flooring and Furniture, Brazelton in Independence, Kansas, and Joplin and Butler, Missouri.
Helping you move forward. That's what Coffeyville Community College does. Whether you want to increase your ability to advance at work, learning to earn a 2-year, or just want to expand your horizons, Coffeyville Community College can help. And CCC is flexible, offering a traditional college setting, fast 8-week classes, or even online classes. CCC can meet your needs your way. Call CCC at 620-251-7700 or visit them online at coffeyville.edu. We are Coffeyville Community College.
This is Jeff Edwards from Romans Outdoor Power. At Kubota, we want to help you deliver a job done right. That's why we want you to know that new Kubota inventory is arriving daily. You have work to do. We have the reliable, durable, and versatile lineup to help you do it. Visit Romans Outdoor Power today for all your equipment needs. Come see Mike and Kevin in Bartlesville or Jeff and Chance in Independence.
Buying a home, refinancing, apply for a home loan anytime, anywhere with Community State Bank. Our online mortgage tool is easy to use. You can be pre-approved in minutes, and our lenders are always ready to answer any questions. Visit www.ourlocalbank.com on your computer or mobile device and get started today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Now Call from the Red Ravens. I am Stephen Kyler here. I hope that y'all are enjoying this as much as I am right now, because right now I'm going to be giving you the first half stats. Right now, the leading scores for the Beavers are Princess Anderson with 14, Macy Hanslick with 9, and Emily Acton with 5. The total field goal percentages in the first half for Pratt were 43.8%, or rounding it up to 49% or 44%. 3-point percentage for the first half was 40%, and they didn't shoot any free throws in that first half. But they did have a total of like 14, let's see, how many fouls they had. Like right now, they have a total of 6. They have a total of 10 turnovers in that first half, whereas we had only 2 turnovers for the Red Ravens. And right now, let's go with the Red Ravens leading scorers right now. Leading with 13, ironically, the number 13, Bailey Lehman. Tatana Woods Blackdowell with 7. And Cheyenne Banks with 8. The field goal percentage for the first half was 45.5%. 3-point field goals were 31.6%. And free throws were 33.3%. And right now, here at Coffeyville Community College is your home with the Red Ravens. So we're going to be back in about 6.5 minutes, and I'll turn it back to Chris and Shay for KUSN.
Wouldn't it be comforting to know that the owner is providing the care? I'm Stephanie Bean, and at Medicologist Coffeyville, we are. Skilled nursing services, rehabilitation, adult daycare, and much more are available. Visit us at medicologist.com or at 720 West 1st, Coffeyville. Medicologist Coffeyville, we serve and enhance the lives of others with caring hands.
At CRMC Medical Group, our primary care physicians and providers focus on ways to keep you and your family in good health, as well as care for them when they're not. Our family medicine and women's health physicians are accepting new patients. We have convenient office locations in Coffeyville and Independence with extended and Saturday hours in Coffeyville. If you need a physician or need to make an appointment, please call 620-688-6566. That's 620-688-6566.
Don't pay more than you have to on fine wine and spirits. Gillum Liquor in Coffeyville has ELP, everyday low prices. Now 1.75-liter bottles of Jack Daniels, only $53.99. Black Velvet, $16.99. And Pendleton, just $42.99. Or shop Jim Beam, only $29.99. Crown Royal, $53.99. Seagram 7 Crown, $20.99. And Evan Williams, just $26.99. ELP, everyday low prices. The area's largest selection, coldest cooler, and friendly help. That's Gillum Liquor, 1713 West 8th in Coffeyville.
Make your home more comforting with help from Derailed Commodity. Update your flooring with the area's largest selection of in-stock carpet, luxury vinyl plank, tile, area rugs, and more in many styles, brands, and colors. New furniture always brightens a home. We have a great selection of furniture, including sofa sets, recliners, and mattresses. Economy to premium, in stock and ready to brighten your home. Shop now at your local Derailed Commodity Flooring and Furniture, Brazelton in Independence, Kansas, and Joplin and Butler, Missouri.
Helping you move forward. That's what Coffeyville Community College does. Whether you want to increase your ability to advance at work, learning to earn a 2-year, or just want to expand your horizons, Coffeyville Community College can help. And CCC is flexible, offering a traditional college setting. Fast 8-week classes or even online classes. CCC can meet your needs your way. Call CCC at 620-251-7700 or visit them online at coffeyville.edu. We are Coffeyville Community College.
We're back here at Nellis Hall halftime. Our score 47-34. Red Ravens the lead. I'm Shane Neal. Chris Freund here with me. Appreciate Stephen Kyler with his halftime stats report. And let's get you some scores from around the region tournament here this afternoon. We have Cali and Independence just about to start the second half. Independence up in that one 32-27. Cloud County up 27-26 on Northwest Kansas Tech. That game about to go to half. And you'll have Garden City and Seward coming up here in about 15 minutes or so. That's the final game of the day on the ladies' side. Cali and Cloud. Excuse me. That's weird. Yeah, we're good now. Okay, it said for some reason they have Colby listed on this region tournament scoreboard, even though Colby's not in the tournament.
That would be tough to do.
That threw me off there. I'm sorry about that.
If you're not in the
I know, right? I'm sorry about that. Cali plays Cloud here coming up later today. You'll have Independence and Garden as well, and Seward County and Pratt. Of course, the winner of that Seward-Pratt game will play the Red Ravens right here on Tuesday night for a trip to Wichita. One game going on the men's side right now. It's the Hutch Blue Dragons and the Northwest Kansas Tech Mavericks. Hutch up in that one, 29-21. That Hutch team, sneaky good, Chris. They had a down year, not as good as they're used to being. They're used to being championship contenders. They came in 6th in the conference this year, but it's a team that can score with anyone and can beat anyone on any given night. They're going to be a really dangerous team in this tournament.
Oh, absolutely, they are. I mean, if you can score 100, 104, what was the last time?
104, 100, but Coffeyville barely snuck out of there.
Goodness gracious, if you can score 100 points and still lose, if you can right the ship and start playing just even 10% better defense, you'll come away with a victory. I'll tell you what, though, I am looking forward to hopefully spending time with friends coming up in Wichita next weekend.
Well played. I love that. But yes, absolutely. Friends University Wichita, the site of the semifinals and finals. Of course, the path for the ladies, win today, beat Hutch on Tuesday. And the path for the guys, all they got to do is win here on Tuesday, and they're in Wichita. So guys did a great job having a great year. I mean, the ladies had a great year too, but
no doubt,
guys are a top 2 seed, so all they got to do is win one game at home, and all of a sudden they're in the Final Four.
Well, if the CCC team keeps playing like they did in that first half, they'll punch their ticket to Tuesday's game.
Well, and what's interesting, Chris, is this CCC team, as Tony Turner's told us multiple times this year, they can hang with anyone.
Oh, absolutely.
You look at the top 4 teams, they came in 5th in the conference, but you look at the top 4 teams, they've beaten 2-seed Barton. They've beaten 3-seed Butler. They lost to 1-seed Dodge by 8. They lost to 4-seed Hutch by 6. This team, they're number 5. Top 4 got the bye, but the gap between the top 4 and number 5, not big at all.
No, very, very slim. And this team, just 47 points in this first half, and just a confidence. There's a quiet confidence in this team, and the crisp, clean passing, the offensive boards, the defense. It's just all done. They've done incredibly well in this first half, and I know they want to keep that going here in the second half here in just a couple minutes.
What's a really humanizing aspect of college basketball, Chris, is Tony Turner has been a coach, obviously, at this level for a very long time, was the coach of the Independence men's team for a while, now is in his 4th year with the Lady Ravens, but he's over here on the bench getting pats on the back from his assistants. I mean, it doesn't matter how long you coach and how good your team is. In a game like this, where a loss ends your season and ends the careers of 5 or 6 players on this roster, nerves will always be there. And it's cool to see that Tony Turner, after all these years of being a coach, you'd think he'd not have as many nerves as he used to. It looks like he has just as many nerves as he did his first year as a coach.
Absolutely, but there's also a determination. He's done the homework. His team has done the homework. They've put in the work the whole week. They know what they need to do to come away with a victory, and there's a confidence on the Coach Turner's face that, yes, my team can do this. This team can do this. We can win this game, and we can move on really deep in the playoffs.
How comforting is it for you as a coach, like you said? 2 things about this team that really, I think, ease Tony Turner's, you're always going to be stressed as a coach.
Right.
But 2 things that really I think he loves about this group. 1, like we said, they can hang with anyone.
Yeah.
You can go into any game at any site and feel like the Red Ravens can win that game.
Absolutely.
And then number 2, they've proven that they can, find different ways to win. They came out in this game really slow offensively, Chris, played great defense, kept their offense in it until their offense heated up. And in that second quarter, they play like they played in that second quarter. I don't care that Dodge went 22-1 in conference play. This Red Ravens team might be the most talented in the league if they play like that.
Oh, no doubt. Absolutely.
We start the second half. It is Red Raven basketball. They get the pass inside to Banks. Back outside to Kennedy. Roach hands it off to Woods Blackout. 15 to shoot. Woods Blackout gets the screen. Swings it to Kennedy Roach. 10 to shoot. Now Banks at the free throw line. Banks hands off to Roach. Gets a screen. Roach the drive. Roach will lay it in. And an outstanding screen set by Cheyenne Banks gave Kennedy Roach just that half step she needed to finish with the right hand.
Absolutely. A good way to start the second half for CCC.
And this was feels eerily similar to how it played out last week, Chris. This Pratt team hung with them for the first half, and then Red Ravens began to wear them out in the second half. We'll see if that happens here today. Emily Acton hands it off to Osterhaus. Osterhaus's pass, Isis Sanders, 5 to shoot. Sanders the drive. Sanders had it poked by Connor. That's a turnover, and the Beavers won't even get a shot. Connor. Roach the drive. Roach the kick. Woods Blackout for 3. And a little off there. Banks, another offensive rebound for the Ravens.
I love hearing you say that, Shay. That's 6 now, I believe.
Kylie Ortiz, the step back. That is their 12th offensive rebound as a team, the 5th by Cheyenne Banks. Woods Blackout at the free throw line. Swings it to Roach. Roach trying to get it down low to Banks. Got to get a shot up quick. And Osterhaus with great defense there on Cheyenne Banks. That's another thing I love about Coach Turner, Chris. His team's up 15, playing some really solid basketball, but he's a coach through and through. Always finds something to work on, finds something to teach, finds something to correct. He's a winner, and he's a competitor.
But the last thing he wants to see is any kind of empty possession, because he knows his team's going to have to keep fire if they're going to keep this lead.
And that really is his hands like fires a 3 and left it short. That is the one major weakness of this Red Raven team. They'll have these 5-6 minute stretches where they really struggle, and it allows teams to either pull away or get back into a game. Coach Turner knows they can't have that happen in a playoff game.
Oh, absolutely. Consistency is key in the playoffs.
Banks goes up. A lot of contact there. No foul call. I believe that one will stay with the Ravens, but man, these refs are really letting them go.
Yeah, that was a little bit more contact than what I thought they'd let go.
Banks she had a defender go right up with her in front, but she also looked like got hit on the right arm going up. But, you know, I am a believer. I say this with football. I'll say it with basketball too. I'd much rather them let them play and be a little more lenient with calls than call everything.
Absolutely.
I think most people feel that way too.
Yeah.
Kennedy Roach swings it to Woods Blackout. Just over 2 minutes into the second half, Ravens up 49-34. Tatana down low to Cheyenne. Cheyenne back to Tatana. Good look. Woods, Blackout left it strong. Rebound, Kennedy Roach. And man, if you're the Pratt defense right now, that's just demoralizing. Connor, that shot's off. And the Pratt Beavers finally get a stop and a rebound, something they have not been able to do much of in the last 2 quarters. Isis Sanders for 3. And good things tend to happen when you get defensive stops. Here come the Ravens the other way. They love to play fast, and that's why. Ortiz for 3, and it rims out. And a foul down low is going to be called against the Ravens. That'll be on Jordan Connor. Chris, this Red Raven team, I mean, we see it with their 18 wins this season, but they're just built so fun on the offensive end. You have 4 or 5 players that can really shoot the basketball. You have a couple players that can create their own shot. Kylie Ortiz, Bailey Lehman. You have a couple great defenders. And then, of course, you have the lethal post weapon, 6'4" Cheyenne Banks down low.
Absolutely. And everything seems to go through Banks, and she's able to distribute it throughout to the rest of the players. So that usually it ends up in good results.
It's a very dynamic offense that's hard to stop. Jackson hands it off to Sanders. Sanders hit a 3 on their last possession. Now trying to hand it off and gets it. Anderson the drive. Anderson throws it up. No, got it back and had it blocked again. And that's another play with a lot of contact and no call. So it looked like Anderson got hit there. Ortiz way downtown, and that one's off. Ravens have cooled off a little bit from beyond the arc. Would like to see as Anderson goes inside and draws contact. What I'd like to see, Chris, the threes are starting to not fall as much as they did in the second quarter. We know that they double-team Cheyenne Banks when she gets the ball in the post. I want to see what we saw in that opening quarter. Jordan Connor gets the ball at the free throw line or around that elbow and just makes that one move and attacks, because I think that's when Jordan's at her best.
Absolutely.
Reagan Osterhaus coming in. We've seen a lot of her today. Lauren Gallagher's technically the starter, but Osterhaus has impressed today for Eric Rodewald. Again, if you're just now joining us, just the 7th game for Reagan Osterhaus. You may recognize the name if you're a follower of Pratt Athletics. She's on the volleyball team. So there you go.
CCC leads down to 10.
Yeah, no, this Pratt team's very, very talented, especially their big 3 guards of Sanders, Anderson, and Hanslick. This will be a 4-quarter battle. The Ravens cannot get comfortable. Connor. See, that's where I want to see Connor get aggressive, Chris. Hands it off. This is Ortiz with 10 to shoot. Kylie, back to Jordan. Now Jordan will drive right on Hanslick. Throws it up, left it short, but I like that attack.
Absolutely.
Princess Anderson now will go at Connor, going to her left side and is fouled once again. Princess Anderson will go right back to the free throw line with a chance to cut it down to 8. That foul's on Connor as well, her 3rd. And now we'll see the return of Lehman and Davis. Lehman in that first half, Chris, 5 of 7 from the field, 13 points. I'll tell you what, she's only a freshman. She has plenty of time to improve as a defender, improve with the ball in her hand as like a facilitator. But I'll tell you what, she's already one of the most lethal scorers in the Jayhawk Conference. She's going to be one of the top guards in this league next year.
Oh, absolutely.
Free throw good for Anderson. Should be one more coming.
I think Pratt forgot how many.
Yeah. What I like here is Princess Anderson's free throw.
Yes.
Just kind of catches it and throws it up. There's no routine.
No, none.
But I like it, though. I'm good in your own head. Just kind of catch it and fire. And when you're a good shooter, results follow. That's a foul on Anderson, and that's her 2nd.
Wow. That was a little bit...
They're starting to call a little bit more.
They are. It was interesting that they actually called that, because that was something they didn't call in the first quarter, early second quarter, that they're starting to call more a little bit as we go throughout the game.
49-41, Ravens up by 8. 5:40 to go, 3rd quarter. Kennedy Roach. Roach hands it off to Davis. Ravens trying to get something set up. Lehman will drive. Got a step on Acton. Bailey Lehman has not missed from inside the arc tonight. She's got 15. Right now, Bailey Lehman is the difference in this game. 51-41, this is Acton handing it off to Anderson. Anderson, Lehman staying right there with her. Princess Anderson so good with the ball in her hand, trying to make a move, but now kicks it back to Hanslick. 10 to shoot. Hanslick, Sanders, fires, and way off. Anderson got a hand on it. I don't think they're going to be able to get a shot off. They will not. Acton did not know the shot clock didn't reset, and we have immediate timeout here from Nellis Hall. Our score, 51-41. The Red Ravens up by 10. We're back in 60 seconds on KUSN and YouTube.
That's why we want you to know that new Kubota inventory is arriving daily. You have work to do. We have the reliable, durable, and versatile lineup to help you do it. Visit Roman's Outdoor Power today for all your equipment needs. Come see Mike and Kevin in Bartlesville or Jeff and Chance in Independence.
Buying a home, refinancing, apply for a home loan anytime, anywhere with Community State Bank. Our online mortgage tool is easy to use. You can be pre-approved in minutes, and our lenders are always ready to answer any questions. Visit www.ourlocalbank.com on your computer or mobile device and get started today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
51-41, Red Ravens up by 10 here halfway through the third quarter. I'm Shane Neal, Chris Freund alongside with me here this afternoon. First round of the regional playoffs, and we said it in the first half, Chris, but it always feels different when you get to the postseason. This just feels so intense, so fast-paced. I love it.
Oh, absolutely. There's nothing better than playoff basketball.
Lehman feeling it all day, missed that one, but Davis kept it alive, and Lehman comes up with it. That's, believe it or not, Bailey's first miss from inside the arc today.
Wow.
Davis hands it off to Lehman. 10 to shoot. Lehman's pass deflected. Ends up with Tatana Woods Blackout. 3 for Kylie Ortiz. No good, and Hanslick pulls down the rebound. Pratt has had to deal with a Red Raven team that's really shot the ball well today, but they're only down by 10. One run away from this being really interesting as we come down the stretch. And oh, Lehman hit the deck. Anderson fires but missed the shot. Here comes Tatana Woods Blackout in transition. All the way in. Puts it up. No good. And the coaching staff once again wanted a foul call there on Princess Anderson.
Well, that was a 1-on-2. Couldn't get it to fall.
This is Hanslick. We go under 4 to go in the third quarter. Kennedy Roach guarding the ball, and now they hand it off to Jackson. Jackson really has not been used much on the offensive end today, but a great defender. Dejani Jackson hands it off. This is Isis Sanders to the left hand. Way too strong. Great defense by Woods Blackout. Ravens have it. 3.5 to go. Third quarter. They lead at 51-41. For the second time today, Chris, we've seen when the Red Raven offense goes a little bit cold, the defense steps up big.
It's incredible how their defense has kept the lead at double digits.
Ortiz, pretty good look there, and it's good. Kylie Ortiz puts it in. That's her third triple of the day.
You talk about nothing but the bottom of the net. What a shot.
Kylie, honestly, Bailey's challenging that today, but over the course of the year, Kylie, probably their best three-point shooter, most consistent. She's got 3 of them herself today. That pass goes to Isis Sanders. Ortiz now guarding Acton. Nearly got a hand on it. Hanslick shot is off. Acton fighting for the rebound. Gets it to Hanslick. Hanslick will get to the baseline and left it too strong. Now another rebound, and now look at Pratt crashing the glass, and they'll get a point out of it.
Man, 3 offensive boards and finally the putback.
That looked a lot like Coffeyville in the first half. Now if Pratt can start winning the rebound battle, we've got a game. Davis has a little bit of space on the wing, but now looking to pass. Hands it off to Kylie. Kennedy Roach. Roach will go to the baseline right at Sanders and draws the foul. Basket will not count. Kennedy Roach had a career-high 31 about 6 weeks ago. Since then, struggled to find her shot a little bit, but great defender and one of the leaders of this team. And that's what you get with Kennedy. Even if her shot's not falling, she always gives you 110% on both ends of the floor. She does not let her offense impact her defense. Great pass to Connor. And the score. And a great inbounds play by a coach that's really good with those, Chris. Tony Turner's done that a lot this year. Anderson, step back on the baseline, missed it. Got it back, missed again. Rebound Connor. 56-43, Ravens trying to build up this lead. Ortiz, guarded by Acton. Roach puts it up, puts it in. Kennedy Roach, I talk about her defense, and all of a sudden she starts scoring.
Exactly. Nice jump shot, though, from the left elbow.
Isis Sanders walks it up. We go under 90 seconds to go in the third. Ravens up 15, looking to punch their ticket to the quarterfinals. Princess Anderson, fouled by Connor. That'll be her fourth.
And that was interesting because Anderson kind of went to the left and then moved back to the left and kind of bumped into her to get the contact.
I'm glad you saw that because that is a call that is very inconsistent across all levels of basketball, high school, college, even in the NBA and the WNBA. When you instigate contact on offense, it's like offense. It's like with hand fighting in the NFL. At that point, what do you want the defender to do?
Exactly. I mean, there's nothing she could have done. There's absolutely nothing that Connor could have done.
58-44. Anderson's second free throw is good. And I'll tell you what, the MLB pitch clock would like Princess Anderson's free throw.
No doubt.
Minute 10 to go, third quarter. Ravens up by 13. They've been in control since the mid-second quarter. Lehman, not that time. A little bit of a heat check there from Bailey. Natalia Jones into the game for the Ravens, and pretty miscommunication there by Coffeyville as they let Anderson kind of split between Davis and Jones and score inside. 11-point game, timeout Pratt, and we'll take it with them. We're back in 60 seconds. Ravens up by 11 on US 98.
Skilled nursing services, rehabilitation, adult daycare, and much more are available. Visit us at medicalogist.com or at 720 West 1st, Coffeyville. Medicalogist Coffeyville, we serve and enhance the lives of others with caring hands.
At CRMC Medical Group, our primary care physicians and providers focus on ways to keep you and your family in good health, as well as care for them when they're not. Our family medicine and women's health physicians are accepting new patients. We have convenient office locations in Coffeyville and Independence with extended and Saturday hours in Coffeyville. If you need a physician or need to make an appointment, please call 620-688-6566. That's 620-688-6566.
58 seconds to go in the third quarter. Red Ravens up 58-47. I'll tell you what, Chris, after a slow first quarter where they only scored 12 points, 35 in the second, 23 more in the third. It's safe to say the Ravens have found their offense today.
I would say so.
Kylie Ortiz has it on the right wing. Ortiz gets a screen. Ravens not in a rush to get a shot off here. Screen from Natalia Jones. Lehman fakes. Picked up by Hanslick. Jones. Kylie. 8 to shoot. Nice fake. Roach. Good defense here by Pratt. Roach has to spin, put it up, left it short. And now the shot clock is off. Pratt can cut the lead within single digits. They can hold for the final shot if they choose. 58-47. I think if they're smart, they would because they have a little bit of momentum right now. Isis Sanders pass to Hanslick. Hanslick back to Sanders. 10 to go in the third quarter. Anderson gets the screen. Anderson the drive. Anderson and one. Princess Anderson. Pratt's season on the line, and that's the player they got to get going. That's a big score right there.
That is, and unfortunately, she's going to go to the line. I believe that foul was on Natalia Jones. Her first foul.
Anderson's free throw is good. We have an 8-point game. Ravens have 6 seconds. Got to go fast. Woods Blackout didn't notice until about 3 seconds to pass. Got to throw it up. Did, and it almost went in.
Yeah, it was almost like, wait a minute. There's less than 5 seconds to go. I better go.
And look how fast she is, Chris. I mean, turned on the jets. and nearly went 3/4 of the court in about 4 seconds.
Almost got that shot to fall.
3/4 in the books. Ravens up 8. Final 10 minutes. Somebody's got to go to the quarters. We're back in 60 seconds on US 98 and YouTube.
99 or proper 12 Irish whiskey and apple Irish whiskey, only $25.99. Gillam's has great wine selections too, like Barefoot and Pink Moscato, 1.5 liters, only $13.99. The 750 size of Ballatory Grand Spumante, just $8.99, and all flavors of Stella Rose 750s, only $12.98. ELP, everyday low prices. The largest selection, coldest cooler, and helpful folks are at Gillam Liquor at 1713 West 8th Street in Coffeyville.
Make your home more comforting with help from Derailed Commodity. Update your flooring with the area's largest selection of in-stock carpet, luxury vinyl plank, tile, area rugs, and more in many styles, brands, and colors. New furniture always brightens a home. We have a great selection of furniture, including sofa sets, recliners, and mattresses. Economy to premium, in stock and ready to brighten your home. Shop now at your local Derailed Commodity Flooring and Furniture, Brazelton in Independence, Kansas, and Joplin and Butler, Missouri.
Ravens up by 8 as we start the fourth quarter. I'm Shane Hill, Chris Foyne alongside with me on KUSN and YouTube. Chris, we said the reason why the Ravens won the last matchup, the reason why the Ravens were up big in the first half of this matchup, rebounding the ball well, forcing turnovers. In this second half, credit where credit's due. Pratt's cut down on turnovers, and they've rebounded the ball much better.
Oh, absolutely. I hope Princess Anderson, kind of cools off from that third quarter that she had, especially those last few seconds.
Well, and Princess has 25 as we start this fourth quarter.
That's amazing.
Half of their points. Hanslick hands it off to Sanders. Sanders has had a tough day. Only 5 for Isis, and foul will be called against the Ravens.
That was an interesting call.
That'll be on Roach, and most of the Raven fan behind us didn't like it. There was a collective but it will be free throws for Isis Sanders. Sanders on the year about a 74% free throw shooter. First one's good. And now we're at the point, fourth quarter, winner take all game, season on the line. Every foul, every free throw feels enormous. Second one is good. Pratt has cut the lead to 6. The Ravens absolutely not out of the woods yet. Kylie Ortiz hands it off to Lehman. Lehman winds up, and it's off. Anderson pulls down the rebound. She's got 25. Looking to get the Beavers even closer. Gets to the baseline. No offensive foul called, and that shot is good. It looks like the arm was extended. Lehman. Ortiz fakes the 3, gets it to Tatana, back to Lehman. Lehman down to Banks. Banks goes up, Banks puts it in. Cheyenne Banks off the assist from Bailey Lehman.
That could turn the tide a little bit for CCC.
60-54 our score, 8:47 left. One team will head to Hutch, the other team, their season ends. Acton to Hanslick. Osterhaus puts it up. Very tough shot. Missed it. And that's a shot that Tony Turner will let Osterhaus have all day. As long as Princess isn't taking it, I think, at this point.
Exactly.
Woods blackout. This is a zone look from the Beavers. Good look for Ortiz. It's good. And if the shot by Banks wasn't a momentum killer, that sure was. 9-point lead for the Ravens. Playoff basketball, nothing like it. Princess Anderson going to work. She's got 29.
Wow.
Inbounds play here for the Ravens. They get it to Kylie Ortiz. We've got 7:45 to go. Ravens 63, Pratt 56. Did you have any doubt this would not come down to the wire?
No doubt whatsoever.
Kylie Ortiz, Bailey Lehman, down low. This is Banks going right at Osterhaus and drawing the foul.
Almost
nearly
got that
an
to
in
go.
one, absolutely. And that's going to be something I really look forward to seeing in this fourth quarter. Osterhaus has played a good game today and is absolutely an exceptional athlete, playing two sports at the collegiate level. But Banks and Connor both being 2-year starters on this team. Love to see them attack a player that only has 7 games of experience in this fourth quarter. Go right at her.
Yep.
If you can stop it, great. If not, I think that could be what wins it for the Ravens. First one good for Banks. Banks is an exceptional free throw shooter for a forward, shooting about 76% on the year.
I love to see a left-handed shooter as well.
Oh, me too. I'm a lefty as well. This one to put the Ravens back up by 9. Cheyenne Banks. Hit it. 2.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. The Ravens have done a nice job matching Pratt shot for shot. They have not let Pratt claw any closer. 65-56. Anderson has 29. Princess has the ball now. Lehman on her. Crossover move. Anderson throws it up. Missed it that time. Lehman pulls down the rebound. And you got to take advantage every time she misses a shot because she's not missing many. Lehman fakes the pass. Now hands it off to Kennedy Roach. Roach hands it back to Lehman. Pratt doing a nice job shuffling their feet. This is Banks going right at Osterhaus. Back to Lehman. Big if it goes. And it does! Bailey Lehman as Hanslick hit the deck. And a great pass by Cheyenne Banks.
It's absolutely wide open. What a shot.
68-56. Ravens by a dozen. And man, does it feel like it's 5 on Princess Anderson right now. Osterhaus missed again. Here come the Ravens with a chance to build. A chance to punch their ticket to Hutch. Cheyenne Banks, double team comes, kick. Woods Blackout, how about another one? It's good! Tatana Woods Blackout. If you double team Cheyenne Banks, the Ravens will open themselves up for 3. And I don't know if you want that with the best three-point shooting team in the Jayhawk. Back-to-back threes, timeout on the floor. We're back in 60 seconds.
CCC is flexible, offering a traditional college setting, fast 8-week classes, or even online classes. CCC can meet your needs your way. Call CCC at 620-251-7700 or visit them online at coffeyville.edu. We are Coffeyville Community College.
This is Jeff Edwards from Romans Outdoor Power. At Kubota, we want to help you deliver a job done right. That's why we want you to know that new Kubota inventory is arriving daily. You have work to do. We have the reliable, durable, and versatile lineup to help you do it. Visit Romans Outdoor Power today for all your equipment needs. Come see Mike and Kevin in Bartlesville or Jeff and Chance in Independence.
6:13 to go. Ravens back-to-back enormous threes. 71-56. I'm Shane Hill. Chris Boyne with me. Chris, we talk about Cheyenne Banks making plays in the post with her size, rebounding ability, but it's the plays she's made in the post the last 2 possessions, recognizing the double team, finding the open shooter, and man, can this Red Ravens team shoot better than any team in this tournament.
Absolutely. I am loving the play of Cheyenne Banks.
Look at Lehman face guarding Princess Anderson right there. Bailey Lehman takes a lot of pride in her defense, and Tony Turner rewards her for it. She's been the primary defender on Princess Anderson. Here is Anderson. Nice stop and start move, and puts it in. 31 for Princess Anderson.
Man.
I think even the Pratt coach is, impressed at this point.
Sure.
And that's a foul on Anderson. That'll be her 3rd, I believe. So Coffeyville crowd excited that I think they finally called the foul.
But it doesn't matter with Princess Anderson's shot. It doesn't matter if it's high off the glass. It doesn't matter where she is on the court. She's going to find a way to put it in.
Absolutely. Kennedy Roach will inbound. It is Lehman, Woods, Blackout, Ortiz, Roach, and Banks. So it's Cheyenne and 4 of the best shooters on this team. Dare we call it the death lineup for Tony Turner. Kennedy Roach, the drive. Kennedy with a nice move to the right hand. They look pretty deadly on that possession.
It did. It could be a dagger lineup, that's for sure.
73-58. We gotta get this Coffeyville group, at least this quartet of Roach, of course, they have other players that can shoot as well. Davis and Torrey Graham, Kanaya Starks hit one earlier today. But these four right here, Roach, Woods, Blackout, Ortiz, and Lehman, we got to call them like the Splash Sisters or something like that.
Something, yeah.
Pass goes to Hanslick. Hanslick guarded by Kennedy Roach. Hanslick deep three, way off, out of bounds. Chris Pratt starting to get desperate.
Just a little bit. I mean, they're trying to force some shots.
And I mean, if you are the Pratt Beavers, you do want Hanslick and Princess Anderson shooting those shooting your shots. But I don't know if you necessarily want one 8 feet behind the three-point line with a hand in the face.
Yeah, that was more like a Curry type three than anything.
And even Steph, that's a tough shot for him.
Yes, definitely.
Now, Kylie Ortiz has hit her fair share of logo threes this year. She's got the ball, steps into one, it's good. They're defending the three so much that the Ravens are starting to get the twos. And they're up by 17. Chris, this is their largest lead of the day. Isis Sanders, Anderson, Pratt needing scores and stops. 5 minutes to decide their season. My goodness, Princess Anderson. The freshman from Beaumont, #1 scorer in the conference, and she's playing like it today.
No doubt about it. That's amazing.
Lehman, Ortiz, Ravens still up by 14. Lehman trying to answer right back. Bailey Lehman! And if you're Princess Anderson right now, it's got to feel like a wall you're just starting to be able to not be able to climb. Every time Princess Anderson does an impressive play, the Ravens seem to have a response. Isis Sanders hands it off to Anderson. Step back, throws it up, and that one's off.
And over the backboard.
She's human, Chris.
Yeah, she is. I'm honestly surprised the state of Texas let her leave.
I'm amazed there's not a D1 institution in the state of Texas that didn't give her an offer.
Exactly.
And we don't know. Maybe they did. But I think if she wants to jump up to the D1 level, I think she will have her fair share of opportunities after the year.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There's a lot of talented players in this conference, Chris, but when you see Princess Anderson on the floor, there's no doubt which one is her.
Yeah. She makes her presence known.
Absolutely. Jordan Connor comes back in. She's got 4 fouls. She'll come in for Kylie Ortiz. Kylie had a nice day today, but it's really been overshadowed by how good Bailey Lehman's been.
Absolutely.
Connor has the ball, hands it off to Roach. Roach, Lehman, Woods Blackout. Ravens 3:45 away. Nice pass by Woods Blackout to Connor. The shot no good, and Connor's night comes to an end. On and over the back. So Jordan Connor will hope that her season can continue in the quarters. But her day today is done, and Kylie Ortiz might have gotten 1 sip of Gatorade. Welcome back.
Well, it was just one of those things where, you know, that was the most non-committal over the back I think I'd ever seen.
Well, and here's what's crazy. It's almost like she knew not to do it. She pulled back, but it's a step too late.
Exactly, yeah.
Hanslick brings it up. 3.5 to go. Ravens up 78-61. Hanslick's kick to the corner. This is Acton. I'll tell you what, this Pratt team is that one poked by Woods Blackout and out of bounds Red Raven basketball. This Pratt team, Chris, they're running out of time today. But Sanders is a freshman. Anderson's a freshman. And as well as Gallagher, Hanslick, Jackson, Acton, all of these key players are freshmen. If they retain this team next year, my goodness, are they going to be a conference championship contender?
Yeah, they're going to be extremely tough. And now they're trying to decide who actually touched it last.
It looked like Sanders touched the ball right before it went out.
That's what I thought as well.
Yeah, and it looks like that's what they're going to rule it. Something I'm excited to talk to Coach Turner about after the game, and something that really stands out to me today. Tony Turner, nice pass inside to Banks and the score. Tony Turner really likes to use his bench. He plays 9-10 players a night. Even played all 15 of his players against Tech. But today, he's really stuck with that starting 5 plus Bailey Lehman.
And it served him well.
Oh, it's worked. Sanders for 3, it's good. Timeout taken by Pratt. Let's keep it here. Red Ravens, when you get to host a playoff game and you're the 5 seed, so you're the top seed that's playing today, you almost have to make a statement. And you almost have to prove that you belong against those top 4. And I'll tell you what, I think Coffeyville's done a nice job of proving that today. there's a much bigger gap between 5 and 6 down versus 5 in the top 4.
Oh, absolutely. This team has impressed me in pretty much every way imaginable. In fact, they've impressed me so much I get choked every time I talk about it.
I was going to say, about to make you emotional out here.
I am. I'm getting very emotional. The team is just absolutely incredibly balanced. You've got players who know exactly what role they're supposed to play in the offense and on the defense, and they make it work. It's incredible to see the job that Tony Turner and his staff have done throughout this whole season with this team.
Absolutely. A little bit of a quick turnaround, though, if the Ravens can survive. They will play on a Tuesday rather than a Wednesday. They're used to playing on Wednesdays, so you'll get to celebrate today if you can hang on to this one. But right back in the lab tomorrow because you got to get ready for a quarterfinal in about 72 hours.
Something tells me they're going to be ready.
If they play like they played today, Chris, I don't know if there's a team in this league that they can't beat.
There's not a team that wants to go up against them right now.
They could very easily be that dark horse that not many people are thinking could win this whole thing, that come out and shock a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Banks gets the ball, gets it to Woods Blackout. Ravens just kind of running down some clock, and Roach can't control that pass, a little too high.
If you remember Loyola Chicago from a couple years back, this could be that kind of team.
Exactly,
and it's
deep. Something I talked about with Tony and Jay Herkelman. Every single year in a tournament that has 10, 12 teams, we may see it in the Big 12 tournament with Kansas and Kansas State.
Right.
There's always that 7-8 seed that catches fire and knocks off a top 3 seed. Coffeyville could be the 5 seed that knocks off a 1 or knocks off a 2. Or I really think this team has the talent to do that.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Sanders the drive. I believe that's a travel. They're going to call foul.
And they're going to count the bucket?
Wow.
That was an NBA continuance.
That looked. I was going to say that looked like there were at least 3 steps taken. I guess they're considering it a gather step. I mean, looked like she walked all the way to the other end of the court.
I mean, you know the song "Give Me 3 Steps." Well, she took 3 steps and some, and got the foul.
Might have been 3.5 there.
Yeah.
Sanders' free throw is good. 80-67. 2:08 to go.
Give me 3 steps toward the goal.
It'll be interesting to see how aggressive Pratt is right here. Do you press? Do you foul? Right now they're playing back. Kylie Ortiz guarded by Hanslick. Kennedy Roach catches the pass, kicks it to Tatana. No rush to get a shot off here. You're up by 13. Strain the clock. It looks like they're going to do that. Pass down low to Banks. And 1.
They're going to
call it a travel before the shot. Tony Turner shaking his head as he turns up the court. That's another thing I'm going to ask him, and I'm going to make sure I have my hand on his mic just in case he says something that can't be aired on the radio. But I don't think they were happy with the refs today.
That's the difference between 3 steps on one end and 1.5 on the other.
Anderson hands it off to Hanslick. 90 seconds to go. Pratt really playing pretty leisurely for a team that's down 13. Sanders throws it up, left it short. Offensive rebound, Acton, good. Minute 20 to go now, but they're down 80-69.
Yeah, I don't see any urgency on Pratt's.
You wouldn't think their season's on the line.
No.
Woods Blackout hands it off Ortiz down to Banks. Banks goes up and missed the shot. And now Hanslick pulls down yet another rebound. Chance to cut it within 10. Minute 3 to go. Sanders, no. And Ortiz able to pull down the rebound. And now they can slow it down. We'll see if they foul. Great ball movement by the Ravens. Lehman really not letting them foul. Great ball movement. They've already taken about 20 seconds off the clock. Roach hands it off to Ortiz. Kylie, as we go under 10 seconds left. And another travel against Banks.
I'm surprised they haven't fouled. 2, I admire Coach Turner's ability to not get a technical.
Well, I think he knows how big this game is.
Sure.
Yeah. But, no, I mean, I don't see a travel there, Chris.
I don't.
I didn't play basketball much past like the middle school level, but I don't see a travel there.
I really don't either. There's a 3.
Way short. Banks a great defense on the baseline, and that might just do it here at Nellis Hall.
I don't understand why there hasn't been an urgency to foul.
It's crazy.
It really is. How can you let that happen?
How do you not foul there?
Exactly.
In the words of Matt Jordan.
Exactly.
How can you not foul there? How do you let that happen? Pratt's season will come to an end. The Ravens are off to the quarterfinals. They defend home court, and they beat the Beavers and win the best-of-3 series. 80-69, our final. Coffeyville is in the Final 8. Ravens move on and will battle the Hutchinson Blue Dragons for a trip to Wichita on Tuesday.
Now, I will say this. If you see right out there in the middle of the handshake line, the very first person for Pratt is Princess Anderson.
Absolutely.
Being a team leader right there from beginning to end.
Absolutely, and what a talented player she is. And like we said, Chris, she's really going to have an opportunity to do whatever she wants with her basketball career. If she wants to stay here at Pratt, she could easily be the best player in this league next year.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think if she wants to jump to D1, I think there will be opportunities for her there as well.
Yeah, I think somebody from the state of Texas is going to try to get her back.
I would recommend that Brandon Schneider and the Kansas Jayhawks or the Kansas State Wildcats give Miss Princess Anderson a call, because I think she could help their team.
Yeah, I can't argue with that one bit.
Absolutely. Let's step away for about 4 minutes. When we come back, we'll have final stats. We'll hear from Tony Turner just around the corner as well. I'm sure he's going to give a little pep talk to his squad. He's in a conversation right now with Coach Rodewald of Pratt, and we'll get to Tony as soon as we possibly can. But Steven will give us final stats. Chris and I will have our final thoughts on the game. We'll hear from Tony Turner. Don't go anywhere. The post-game show is coming up in 4 minutes on US 98 and YouTube.
Anywhere with Community State Bank. Our online mortgage tool is easy to use. You can be pre-approved in minutes, and our lenders are always ready to answer any questions. Visit www.ourlocalbank.com on your computer or mobile device and get started today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When you need to rely on a nursing facility for the care of a loved one, wouldn't it be comforting to know that the owner is providing the care? I'm Stephanie Bean, and at Medical Lodges Coffeyville, we are. Skilled nursing services, rehabilitation, adult daycare, and much more are available. Visit us at medicallodges.com or at 720 West 1st, Coffeyville. Medical Lodges Coffeyville, we serve and enhance the lives of others with caring hands.
At CRMC Medical Group, our primary care physicians and providers focus on ways to keep you and your family in good health, as well as care for them when they're not. Our family medicine and women's health physicians are accepting new patients. We have convenient office locations in Coffeyville and Independence with extended and Saturday hours in Coffeyville. If you need a physician or need to make an appointment, please call 620-688-6566. That's 620-688-6566.
Get more, pay less at Gillum Liquor and Coffeyville, where you'll find ELP, everyday low prices. Now shop Gillum for Tito's Vodka, just $20.99. Gold or Silver Bacardi Rum, $20.99. And Captain Morgan Spice Rum, just $26.99. Why not try Kahlua, save $8, only $39.99. Sky Vodka, $24.99. And the 750 size of Blade & Bow Whiskey, only $45.99. ELP, everyday low prices. The area's largest selection, coldest cooler, and friendly, helpful service. You'll find it Gillum's Retail Liquor, 1713 West 8th in Coffeyville.
Make your home more comforting with help from Derailed Commodity. Update your flooring with the area's largest selection of in-stock carpet, luxury vinyl plank, tile, area rugs, and more in many styles, brands, and colors. New furniture always brightens a home. We have a great selection of furniture, including sofa sets, recliners, and mattresses. Economy to premium, in stock and ready to brighten your home. Shop now at your local Derailed Commodity Flooring and Furniture, Brazelton in Independence, Kansas, and Joplin and Butler, Missouri.
Helping you move forward. That's what Coffeyville Community College does. Whether you want to increase your ability to advance at work, learning to earn a 2-year, or just want to expand your horizons, Coffeyville Community College can help. And CCC is flexible, offering a traditional college setting. Fast 8-week classes or even online classes. CCC can meet your needs your way. Call CCC at 620-251-7700 or visit them online at coffeyville.edu. We are Coffeyville Community College.
available. Visit us at medicalogist.com or at 720 West 1st, Coffeyville. Medicologist Coffeyville, we serve and enhance the lives of others with caring hands.
At CRMC Medical Group, our primary care physicians and providers focus on ways to keep you and your family in good health, as well as care for them when they're not. Our family medicine and women's health physicians are accepting new patients. We have convenient office locations in Coffeyville and Independence with extended and Saturday hours in Coffeyville. If you need a physician or need to make an appointment, please call 620-688-6566. That's 620-688-6566.
Don't pay more than you have to on fine wine and spirits. Gillum Liquor in Coffeyville has ELP, everyday low prices. Now 1.75-liter bottles of Jack Daniels, only $53.99. Black Velvet, $16.99. And Pendleton, just $42.99. Or shop Jim Beam, only $29.99. Crown Royal, $53.99. Seagram 7 Crown, $20.99. And Evan Williams, just $26.99. ELP, everyday low prices. The area's largest selection, coldest cooler, and friendly help. That's Gillum Liquor, 1713 West 8th in Coffeyville.
Make your home more comforting with help from Derailed Commodity. Update your flooring with the area's largest selection of in-stock carpet, luxury vinyl plank, tile, area rugs, and more in many styles, brands, and colors. New furniture always brightens a home. We have a great selection of furniture, including sofa sets, recliners, and mattresses. Economy to premium, in stock and ready to brighten your home. Shop now at your local Derailed Commodity Flooring and Furniture, Brazelton in Independence, Kansas, and Joplin and Butler, Missouri.
Welcome back here to Nellis Hall, home of the Red Ravens, as we conclude this women's playoff game against the Pratt Beavers and your Coffeyville Community College Red Ravens. I'm Stephen Kyler here. I will be giving you the final stats for tonight's matchup here against the Pratt Beavers and the Red Ravens. Let's go over the leading scores for Pratt as well as their percentages. Princess Anderson leads the Pratt team in scoring and the whole entire day of scoring with 34 points. Macy Hanslick has 11, and Isis Sanders has 13. Now for their total percentages. Total field goal wise, 39.7% for field goals. 3-pointers were 39.1%, and free throws were 100% and that must be very impressive right there. And so now for your Red Ravens, we have two players as well as another two players that have both 14 points and 10 points. So I'm just going to go over all of them for you. Tatana Woods Black Owl and Kennedy Roach have 10 points. Kylie Ortiz and Cheyenne Banks have 14 points. Jordan Connor has 8. Kanai Starks has 3. And your leading scorer for the Ravens was Bailey Lehman with 21 points. And now let's go over their field goal, 3-point, and free throw percentages. For the game, the Ravens shot field goal-wise 45.2%, and their three-pointers were 35.5%, with their free throws being 60% here. It was a very great game. Both teams played their hardest, and I can't wait to see what the end results are at Hutchinson for the Red Ravens. We will take a 30-second timeout here, and we will turn it over to Shay and Coach Turner for KUSN. All right, Shay, you're good.
Learning to earn a 2-year or just want to expand your horizons? Coffeyville Community College can help, and CCC is flexible, offering a traditional college setting. Fast 8-week classes or even online classes. CCC can meet your needs your way. Call CCC at 620-251-7700 or visit them online at coffeyville.edu. We are Coffeyville Community College.
This is Jeff Edwards from Romans Outdoor Power. At Kubota, we want to help you deliver a job done right. That's why we want you to know that new Kubota inventory is arriving daily. You have work to do. We have the reliable, durable, and versatile lineup to help you do it. Visit Romans Outdoor Power today for all your equipment needs. Come see Mike and Kevin in Bartlesville or Jeff and Chance in Independence.
7. Back here with the Red Ravens on their way to the quarterfinals, 80-69 the final as they take the third deciding game against the Pratt Beavers. I'm joined by Tony Turner. Coach, you get the win, you get the payback for dropping your first round game last year, but before we get into how your team played, My goodness, Princess Anderson is one heck of a talent.
Oh, she's just so crafty, man. She can shoot it. She can go left hand, right hand. She just she knows how to stop and go, change speeds. I mean, she's tough, man. Like, at any time you got a piece like that, she's hard to guard.
34.7 rebounds. Only had 2 in the first quarter and ended the game without a turnover.
And,
unreal.
That's being face guarded.
Yeah, unreal. I was going to say, there were countless number of possessions where, I mean, hand in the face, multiple players right there, and she just threw it up. And it's like, oh, my goodness.
All net. I don't think the net's hardly moved, man, when she made it.
Well, Coach, let's talk about your team. And first of all, in that first half especially, the Pratt Beavers did a better job in the second half rebounding. But in that first half, a lot of second chance points on the offensive glass. Cheyenne Banks, Jordan Connor doing what they do, and it led to some good looks for Bailey Lehman and Kylie Ortiz. Have to like how your team crashed the glass early in this one.
No question. That was the difference of the game right there. And, they kind of had things going, and, Jordan and Shy and, KP, they were just crashing the boards hard, and which was a good thing for us, and just getting the second and third opportunities, and I think that was the difference of the game.
11 three-pointers in this game for you, Coach, a team that loves to shoot the three, as we know. Bailey Lehman came off the bench, exceptional with 21 points today, and she also did a great job on defense as well. But it really felt like a slow start in that first quarter, defensive battle, and then your team got going in that second quarter. What switched for your team to get going in that second quarter where you went from putting up 12 to putting up 35?
Well, we getting those second and third opportunities, and I thought we moved the ball. We were a little more patient. We took some much better shots, and we did get out and run and got the ball moving and got some rather rhythm on our shots, and that was the difference of the game.
Coach, you'll move on to play the Hutch Blue Dragons in the quarterfinals on Tuesday, but obviously a lot of these postseason games, like we've talked about, going to be down the wire, close games, something that really sticks out to me on this box score that has to make you feel good about winning close playoff games. Your team only 6 turnovers today.
Well, that was good. I thought because we took care of the ball, I thought we just moved the ball and people were coming to the ball, and just everybody knew their role, and that was the difference. The 6 turnovers is a really good stat for us, especially with playing a team with some quickness that they have. I can go on and on about our performance last night, and to beat a very good team.
Tony Turner and the Lady Ravens on their way to the quarterfinals. They'll take on Hutch on Tuesday. Coach, congrats on the win.
Thank you, Shay, and appreciate all your support and everything. Appreciate you, man.
Absolutely. Chris, as Chris gets his headset back, absolutely. Coach Tony Turner, one of the best in the business, not just on the court but off the court, always taking the time after games. Of course, Chris, they just won a playoff game. He could very easily just want to tell us no and go celebrate with his team. But he gives us that 3-4 minutes, and we do appreciate it.
Oh, no doubt about it. And you can tell that there's some things that he wants to see improve with his team. But by far and away, a great playoff game. 6 turnovers. See, that's incredible right there, to have single-digit turnovers in a playoff game, in a game like Pratt.
You're going to win a lot of games when you don't give your opponent extra possessions.
Absolutely. And then the offensive rebound. The offensive rebounding, especially in that first quarter, and really all the way through the game, but especially in that first quarter, just astounded me how they were able to just time after time turn those into second, third, and even fourth chance points and finally get those shots to go. And like he said, like Coach Turner said, definitely the difference in the game.
No doubt about it. And something that we talked about, you're never really comfortable when you're a college basketball coach. I don't think you're ever just, no stress whatsoever. But something that I think really eases Coach Turner's feel with this group is the fact that they can play games where they're not perfect. They were absolutely not perfect today. They started out of the gates really slow. They had stretches where they probably played, they committed fouls. I mean, were those fouls? We don't know.
Right.
But there were definitely stretches where they did not look like, world beaters that were just, absolutely outclassing Pratt today. And they still got the win by double digits. Makes you feel good because Hutch, Dodge City, Butler, Barton, the top 4 teams in the conference, well, they're not just, around the corner now. Here they come. They have Hutch on Tuesday. But if this Red Raven team plays like this, taking care of the ball, getting second chance opportunities, and finding ways to win in different ways, playing good defense, passing the ball well, 17 assists tonight, They find ways to win in crafty, different ways. And if they can do that, I think they can beat Hutch. I think they can win this whole thing.
Oh, absolutely they can. This is his team. He knows every single thing about his players, and he knows what they do well, and he knows what they can work on. But he's going to use those strengths to his advantage and that whole team advantage. And look out, rest of the league.
Absolutely.
Here comes CCC.
And they look like they're red hot coming into that quarterfinal. I'm going to be completely honest here. We do not really know what our plans are for Tuesday yet. We absolutely want to do both games, and we're going to try and find it. We're going to try and find every single possible way to do both games.
Right.
But as we sit right now, I have not discussed this plan with our superiors, and right now the Lady Ravens are playing in Hutch on Tuesday, and the men are playing here on Tuesday. Very, very, very unlikely that I can be in two places at once. We may have a B team broadcast on one of the games.
We haven't perfected the cloning method
we have
yet
not.
to get you in both places.
Unfortunate.
And we haven't really found the transporter like they had on Star Trek to make you beam
right,
from one.
Exactly.
So we'll do our best one way or the other.
Right. We'll absolutely do whatever it takes to be in Hutch and also be here. We had a nice little brief conversation with Jay Herkelman as well. I'm sure he'll be paying attention to that Pratt-Seward County game coming up later today, because the winner of that game, well, they come right here to take on a men's team that's just as good, Chris, and they'll have a chance to punch their ticket to Wichita in front of their home fans.
It's one of those things where you just have to give it, leave it on the floor no matter what, but then you got to make sure the ball bounces your way, because right now everybody's going to be giving it everything they got. So you just have to do the things that you know you can do well, hopefully better than the other team does what they do well.
Absolutely. Big shout out to Andrew Elrod and our awesome video team. I'm absolutely going to take a look back at this one on the video stream a little bit later today.
Absolutely.
Big shout out to you, Chris. Appreciate you being here with me. It was a lot of fun, and we'll see what kind of details we have to work out. But moving forward, would love for you to join us for the rest of the postseason.
It would be an absolutely a pleasure. It would be an honor to join here, because absolutely when you talk about CCC basketball, you talk about a tradition that continues to move forward with incredible basketball play from both men's and women's teams. And I'm looking forward to seeing that in the next few games as well.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. The Lady Ravens win it 80-69. They're off to the quarterfinals against the Hutchinson Blue Dragons. Until Tuesday, I'm Shay Neal saying so long from Nellis Hall on US 98 and YouTube.